What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with a Golgari Incubate deck that I've been having so much fun with. Like, so far, my favorite card from the set, so far. Like, just in terms of, like, you know, the last 24 hours, I've been brewing like crazy. I've already got the whole set, I think, or very close to the whole set. Oh wait, how do we do this? Set collection, 94%. Guess I'm missing a few copies of some things, but I've pretty much got the full set, and I've just been brewing like crazy. And the first thing that's sort of coalesced nicely and is starting to get me some good win rates has been this Golgari Incubator deck. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew, simply called the Glistening Dawn. And there's a good reason for that. We're running Glissa Tribal, so we got the older Glissa from New Phyrexia, and also the new Glissa from March of the Machine. And the play on words is due to the fact that we're running full playset of the Glistening Dawn, so it's the Glissaning Dawn. Hilarious, Lone Fox. Yes, I know. So wait, before we get to the meat and potatoes, let's just run through some removal, of which there is plenty. We're running 3 copies of Cut Down, 3 copies of Go for the Throat, 2 copies of Sheoldred's Edict, and 3 copies of Tear Asunder. Like, fairly, you know, good amount of removal here for the early game. And we're also running 3 copies of Gix's Command as a sweeper action. Just actually probably best card in the deck. Like, it does so many cool things. Can be a sweeper, can be a way to bring back important threats from the graveyard to your hand, can be a source of lifelink. Just cannot rave enough about Gix's Command. The initial versions of the decks were just running 2 copies, and I ended up going up to 3. It's just so freaking sweet against so many of the shenanigans that are going on in the early MOM meta. All of these people still trying to like do soldiers and mono red and things, just sweep the board. Absolutely, wow. Cannot rave enough about Gix's Command. I wish more people would play it over Invoke Despair, because I'm just a little bit bored of Invoke Despair, honestly. But that's all the removal. So we can move right on to the creatures. We've got a full playset of the Grafted Butcher. We saw this in my Orzhov Incubator deck. Definitely can see there being 3-color incubator combinations that could be really good. I'm working on a Abzan version. I'm working on a Sultai version. I think most of any kind of deck that wants to be playing some Phyrexians should probably consider crafting a full playset of the Grafted Butcher. It's just ridiculous. Like, one of the better lords in recent memory. When it ETBs, all your Phyrexians gain menace and +1/+1, obviously, because it's a lord. You can also bring it back from the graveyard by sacrificing an artifact or creature. Enters the battlefield as a sorcery, but then again, you get that like Anthem effect and menace. It leads to some crazy busted like 1-turn kills, which I'll get to in a moment. I'll explain the line. But that's our 2-drop. Then onto the 3-drops, we got a full playset of the Bloated Processor. This too. Any kind of Phyrexian shenanigans you're trying to do, like, I just can't think of a better card. I mean, maybe if you're going more control-based, more mid-rangey, but like any sort of creature-based Phyrexian type of shenanigans, even more mid-rangey, like control, I could see playing this, because you can even, you know, play your own sweepers and have Bloated Processor in the deck, and then you do the thing which I've been saying about Bloated Processor ever since I saw it. And I've already mentioned it in the Orzhov video. Opponent hits you with a depopulate. You've got all your Phyrexians on the battlefield. You just, you know, it's a free sack outlet. So you just sacrifice all of the Phyrexians on the board, one by one. Every time you do that, the Bloated Processor gets a +1/+1 counter, so it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when it dies, you incubate X, where X is its power. So now the opponents just hit you with the sweeper. Your whole board is gone, but you untap with the giant incubator token, which is now no longer summoning sick, pay 2, transform it, swing in. It's such a nice way of like continuing to apply pressure after a sweeper that I'm just and if that, you know, even if that were just the only thing it could do, great. But like I can see this going in, you know, there's so many good things about it. Can crew bank buster, can block you know, 3 toughness stuff favorably because you still get the incubator token out of it. Blah blah blah, on and on and on. Just like Bloated Processor is a really, really strong card, and I highly recommend crafting it if you're into this kind of stuff. Other 3-drop is Glissa the Sunslayer. I mean, pretty great card just in general, right? No specific synergies other than I just wanted to play both the Glissas. And it's a Phyrexian, so it does get the buff from the Butcher and things like that. But it's just a general good card. First strike Death Touch makes it unblockable and always trades favorably in combat. And then also means that the opponent is not really incentivized to block it if you're attacking. Which means when it gets through, you're almost always going to do the thing, which is either draw a card, lose 1 life, destroy target enchantment, or remove up to 3 counters from a target permanent. Can't wait to try that with battles, because of course you could be just removing these defense counters from battles. Could be a cool way to like flip some battles early, but for now it's just in here for like general like value. Hard to block, blocks well, draws cards, does things great, is Phyrexian. But here comes the real meat and potatoes. The 4 and 5 drops is where things really get interesting. We've got this full playset of Glistening Dawn, and this is the card that I'm saying I'm having the most fun with in the meta so far. Like, incubate X twice, where X is the number of lands you control. I've put this in like a Simic Incubator and Sultai Incubator, which is coming soon. Stay tuned. That, wow, like, you know, you just ramp, put a bunch of lands on the battlefield, then hit them with the Glistening Dawn. You incubate X twice, where X is the number of lands you control. So even if you just play it on turn 4, you get 2 4/4 incubator tokens. The next turn, you play out your 5-mana Glissa. 5-mana Glissa, 3/5. The beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Either incubate 2 twice, sometimes you just do that, or transform all incubator tokens you control. So, you know, turn 2, play a Grafted Butcher. Turn 3, Bloated Processor. Turn 4, Glistening Dawn. Turn 5, Glissa, flip all your tokens, go. Woo! Insane. Like, so much freaking value. I can't wait to showcase that. Like, just that is a game-ending line. But we need some, you know, backup win cons, general, like, good mid-rangey cards. So, of course, we've also got a couple of copies of old Sheoldred and a couple of copies of new Sheoldred, just to like hold down the fort in case we can't do that thing I just said, you know, reliably on turn 5 like I want to every single game. So old Sheoldred, we know what that does. New Sheoldred, however, is making a debut on the channel. 5 mana, 4/5 with Menace. When it ETBs, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or planeswalker. Then you can pay 5 mana, exile it, return it to the battlefield as the True Scriptures. You can only do that if the opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, so this doesn't happen very often in this deck. I mean, we do have quite a bit of removal. There's opponents that are milling themselves or whatever. It happens. Then the backside of this card is truly just one. I mean, there's, as you know, one of each of these Praetors for each color in the cycle. My, you know, ranking out of 5 places Sheoldred at a firm 2nd place behind Elesh Norn. Urabrask probably 3rd, and then, you know, Vorinclex and Jingataxius 4th and 5th, with Jingataxius being last, unfortunately. Poor Jin. Yeah, the backside. For each opponent, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So this time you're targeting. On the front side, they sacrificing. The back side, you're targeting. Then second chapter, each opponent discards 3, then mills 3. Discarding 3 is huge. Like that, just like people just scoop to that. Like, oh my god, I had my go for the throat. I was going to remove your Sheoldred with or whatever. Bye bye, all discarded. And this obviously also helps put potentially other creatures into the graveyard with the milling. That then helps the third chapter. It just says put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. And of course then it flips to the front side. You get the ETB trigger off of Sheoldred again. Opponent has to sacrifice. I mean, so busted these Praetors. Like I said, I think Sheoldred deserves second place in the ranking for sure. Like one of the most busted of the cycle. And that brings us to Glissa, which I kind of already gone over, but there was a line I wanted to mention alongside Grafted Butcher that is just so nice, right? You've already, you know, done the thing. Turn 4, Glistening Dawn. Turn 5, Glissa. You flipped all your Incubator tokens into things, and now you've got a bunch of Phyrexians lying about. And you still haven't killed the opponent. The next turn, you play a Grafted Butcher. Give all of your Phyrexians menace and +1/+1, and then at the beginning of combat on your turn, you pick mode 3. Phyrexians you control gain first strike and death touch until end of turn. So they basically all just become like Sunslayers here, because you know that first strike and death touch. It's no matter what blocks, it dies. If you couple that with menace, so now everything has menace, death touch, and first strike, and +1/+1. The opponent just scoops. It's so freaking nice. And that is the deck. Nothing really much more that I need to add of like, ooh, crazy cool synergies. It's just like all strong, good cards with some cool new Incubator shenanigans. Thanks to Glistening Dawn and Glissa, the Herald of Predation. Let's jump into some games and see how the deck performs on the Mythic ladder. And hopefully continue to put up some really good results. I'll show you guys my untapped profile as we reach the end of the video for some stats, as I often do. So far I'm doing really well in like I was cruising around like lower 90s of Mythic, and then this deck has allowed me to climb back up into the higher numbers. Okay, I mean, we've got a lot of removal. It is kind of okay to hold hands like this, even though I'd prefer to see a 3-drop. Let's go for the throated. That's surprising. Yes, yes. Sheoldred's Edict, obviously great for this, as we do not have to target it with the ward to discard a card. So probably splashing a wee bit of white for Path of Peril. Luckily we drew our land there, so we can exile the crap out of you. So it looks like black splashing a bit of white for like the cleave cards. I think we just do that again, eh? Love it when they're forced to do that, because that's one less go for the throat that can hit my creatures. Okay. Yes! Let's go. Obviously we incubate 2 twice. I think we go for the, like, Uber strike here. We go boom, boom. And then, beginning of combat, we transform all incubator tokens. It's probably got a cut down for one of the two. No surprises there. But now we're okay against, like, Invoke Despair, things like, that sucks. I guess he goes for the insta-flip. Things like, I was gonna say, Liliana of the Veil. At least we draw a card here. Guess not. I'm also totally fine with that. Yes. Thank you. Takes the block. Oh yeah. Now if we get hit with the sweeper, we have that. Okay. What, you're gonna eat your own concealing curtains, gain a little bit of life. Tenacious underdog. Okay, that means we can do this. That means we're getting a freaking trespasser flipping. So I think we got to go for the death touch, first strike, yada yada. So nice. You know, like, this is great. Come on, hit me with the sweeper. I know you want to. There we go. There we go. Off you go. Dominating performance there, I think, from our first match of the day. Oh, this just gives me so many ideas. I'm thinking... there's this new, like, 3-mana shark that you incubate X, where X is the mana value of the thing you non-creature spell you cast. So, like, people been doing things with Tezzeret, but I can imagine running 4 of this Glistening Dawn in, like, a Simic or Sultai, as I mentioned earlier. Maybe go Sultai, Incubator, Phyrexians. You go with a Glistening Dawn, so you play the 3-mana shark, then Glistening Dawn. So you incubate X, where X is the number of lands. You'd get 2 4/4 incubators and then another 4/4 incubator because the mana value of Glistening Dawn is 4. Like, whew, can I get a hell yeah? Can't wait to try that. This is looking pretty good. Also, if we can get our ooh, oh come on, just lands, just lands. All I want is lands. So I could have waited and see, like, what does he... But this is good. This is good. I may even just block here. Okay. That's also just freaking amazing. Like, I kind of forgot to mention that, like, this is a okay thing to happen. If we top deck another land, okay, and so we're going for the Glistening Dawn into the Herald, and then flipping all of our dudes. And Herald blocks so nicely against mono red. Hey-oh! Zoink! Now we got go for the throat into Bloated Processor. Scoop it up, buddy. Scoop it up. Hey, we did the thing. That was the game I wanted to show you guys. Turn 4, Glistening Dawn with like maybe even a Bloated Processor just dying. You know, ate some removal and just added another Incubator token there, which is kind of what we want. And then turn 4, Glistening Dawn, another couple of Incubator tokens. Turn 5, the new Glissa. Transform all tokens. Turn 5, you've got like, what's that? 4, 8, 11 power plus Glissa on the board. Hey-oh! On to the next one. Dud Scoito? Double Butcher. Got some early game removal. I'll take it. I'll keep it. Okay, now we just need mana, man. Just mana. Little 1 mana scroll. Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Triple Butcher in the house! Okay, so it looks like somebody that doesn't have good wildcards for mana base trying to do some toxic nonsense. Please give me a 4th land next time. Please give me a 4th land next time. Ooh, I want 4th land, baby! Bloated dude? No? Okay. Fine. No worries. Rock Priest. Okay, the opponent, I mean the deck is just insisting on giving us only our entire playset of Grafted Butcher and the top 10 cards of the library. Shuffler's fine, hashtag fix the shuffler. Okay. Of course we block one that we can actually kill. Yes, please. Also, just the fact that like Sheoldred gets bigger is had to know that was coming. Okay, you can only really swing with nothing. Oh, we need another land so badly. This Gix's command is going to be a thing of beauty. Please give me another land. Do we need to go to 25 lands? 24 is my usual entry point, like, as you know. Ooh. Yeah. Not the singer, clearly. Not the Rot Priest. Not the Sentries. I mean, I guess he's got some freaking what's his name in hand. Ivar stand. Ivar stand on the Annex Sentry would be my guess. Get one more toxic thing on the because of the Rot Priest. If you dump all your mana into a Tyvar stand, you still can't kill my Sheoldred. And that will also mean that you don't have a protection spell once I find my 5th land for Gix's command, which would just completely sweep your whole field. Cool. That's what I thought. Now he gets his 3rd friggin' counter there for the corrupted mechanic. We don't care because life is good. Boop. Bye. Please don't come again. Off you shall go, my friend. It's stuffed. Selesnya toxic. Oh. How are we doing for time? Okay. Telling you guys, this is a thing. Like, it's a good deck, and I'm very happy that I just pulled it out of my butt last night in like early testing. I just was like, I want to play Glissa. Let's boop, 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 and I mean, the only edit I made to the deck was 1 less 5 mana Sheoldred, 1 more Cruelty of Gix, and I cut 1 Choking Miasma, and I put in 3 of the Tear Asunders, and ta-da! Humming along just great. Like, just the deck loves me. Cut down at the ready. Let's go. Glissa is great against Toxic. Again, with the freaking Toxic. We've got another removal spell to do EOT if we need to. Okay. 4th land, just when we need it. Charge of the Mites. Charge. Okay. Fine. The question now is, do we go for the Edict? I think so. Non-token creature. Bye! We get the Glissa back. And then we can go for the Glistening Dawn next turn. So we get bigger Incubators. We'll get 5/5s. Or we play Shelly, depending on how the Sitch evolves. Or if we draw 2 mana like removal, we maybe get rid of whatever they play next and play a Processor. Guess he goes into Tyvar. I'm okay with that, honestly. Because we can do this. Ba-doink! I'd rather keep my Glissa, even though I'm not too happy about using my 5th land. Hey ho! Now, the real question is... I mean, we're on 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. That's 10 power. You did see correctly. Just incubating away. And I'll swing. Why the hell not? Draw a card. And then we can tear something's ass. There's the hive. Now we've got the perfect target for the Tear Ass. I guess you could have seed cord there, mate. You know what? No need. Glissa can kill the hive. Easy. Gadoosh. Charge. Oh, none of these things are blocking, so we got lethal. Bye. Have a beautiful time. Some people just still haven't crafted anything new, I guess. Still playing Selesnya Toxic. How embarrassing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know there's a lot of people that struggle with wildcards. I was one of them, and I don't mean to, you know, be rude to any of those people. I know the struggle. It's a thing. Arena economy is not great. I'm one of the privileged few. Festively plump. That is a great nickname, mate. I love it. That's what happens to me around the Christmas period. Please, third land. We just want that third land so bad. Ooh. We just get cut down. Surely, I mean, come on. Yeah. Would have been so sweet if this was a 3-3. Toshiro Umezawa. Third land, let's go. Let's go. This card like saw almost no play until mono red became like super duper strong. I guess you could go for the -1/-1 and follow it up with a cut down, so then I get a smaller incubator token. But yeah, this like since when mono red like previous format was just so dominant, mono black needed all the life gain it could get. And this alongside the 1 mana Akiba Reckoner raid and March of, you know, the black march. The Trespasser. I mean, fortunately we have Edict again, so we don't have to... Yes, eat my butcher. Knew that's what you wanted to do. Now. play another Butcher. Swing a ding ding, swing a ding ding, a ding a ling ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding ding. Fourth land would be just fantastic at this point. Probably gonna be Shelly. At least we can kill it with a Tear Asunder. Otherwise, we're not looking too good against Sheoldred. So we need that fourth land. Passing the turn, huh? Well, what do you reckon? Assuming there's even a thought here that, like, why it wasn't just immediately Toshiro is probably because of the fact that he wants to use the mana from Toshiro to play Invoke Despair. We're still struggling on mana, unfortunately, so... Maybe I should have used the Edict on the Graveyard Glutton here when I had the chance. Land, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna exile you. Just keep the lands coming. All I want is lands. Lands, 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 lands. Give me a break, mate. Just trying to, like... I mean, one Invoke Despair and we're dead, so... I am so sick of this card, ladies and gentlemen. I would rather play against almost anything else right now. Like, there's better things to do in black than Invoke Despair on top of it. Just, like, get a life. Play something new, people. Sorry for the salty sprinkles, but I've reached the point where I'd rather almost just see any other card played than Invoke Despair. Like it's Wandering Emperor, Invoke Despair. I don't know. They're always there, like swapping position, vying for the #1 salty brewmaster top spot of the list. I had a game this morning where it was like the usual, you know. They survived the first one, they hit you with the second one, you survive the second one, they hit you with the third one. 3 Invoke Despairs, back to back, which You know, they always just draw one from casting the first one and off they go to the races. It's just... learn! Alright. Double Shellies. In the heezies. Okay, looks like 5 mana nonsense. Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that. Well, like backup Shelly, one more removal piece. Feeling pretty groovy, honestly. What? Choose a creature card, blah blah blah. If X is 5 or more, put the chosen card onto the battlefield. Me. Cool. First time seeing that being played, ever. Padoink! Why not? Let's get a little extra oomph in there. A little extra. A little. Now we're facing down the Black Sweeper for. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. So you revealed absolutely nothing. Which is, I guess, the biggest problem with Green Sun's Twilight. When is too much ramp, too much ramp? I think that is when. Alright, guys. How are we doing for time? Alright, just perfectly sliding into the 45-minute mark. Which gives us enough time for a little bit of final thoughts, overall review, plus some deck stats, courtesy of Untapped. So let me just quickly get that going here. Boop. No? Hello? Oh, yes. And then I have to put that up here. No? Excuse me. Chrome.exe. Are you there? Okay. Doesn't seem to want to work. Let me just go... Beg your pardon, guys. 1 second. Really will be very quick. Display capture. Okay. No, sorry. Discard. It's actually... Professional streamer, everybody. Professional streamer over here. Window capture. Beg your pardon. There we go. So, Glistening Dawn. 20 for 8. Okay. 71% win rate. Latest little batch here has gone it's 5 for 1, 13 for 4. As you can see, I don't just boast. I like to back up my boasting with some freaking proper stats. So the deck is truly slapping. So yeah, that's all I really need to say as far as Untapped. Jumping back into the deck itself on the client, I think I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. Don't want to like touch something that's working well. The things I've been toying with and adjusting like up, down, one, down, one, up, one, down, one has been Tear Asunder as a 2 of, and it went back up to a 3 of, and but the meat and potatoes, the Glissas, the Glistening Dawn, the Phyrexian tribal stuff that I got going on, the sweeper. I mean, I would play it exactly as it is. And of course, as always, let me know in the comments down below if you do take this deck for a spin, how it performs for you. I always love to get that feedback. You know, what did my viewers do differently? Maybe I can learn from it. We can both learn from it. And that's the whole point of the channel. But that is going to be it for today's gameplay footage. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.